In this video, let's explore how to move all zero elements of an array to the end while keeping the order of non-zero elements intact. We will cover the problem solving approach, build the logic step by step, and explore the code solution. Let's start by defining a problem statement. So you have an array and your task is to move all zero elements to the end without changing the order of non-zero elements. For example, if the input array is 1 0 2 0 3 4, then the output should be 1 2 3 4 0 0. Notice how all zero elements are at the end and non-zero elements are at the beginning and their order is intact. Now that we understand the problem statement, let's build logic for our solution. Let's say we have an array A containing 6 elements 1 0 2 0 3 4. So length is 6 and our result should be 1 2 3 4 0 and 0. We will use simple array traversal technique to solve this problem. Let's use one variable I to iterate through the array. So we have for I equal to 0, I is less than len I plus plus, where len is the length of the array. We will need one more variable, let's say position, to track the location where next non-zero element should be kept. So to begin with, position is 0. Let's build logic for our solution now. Let's iterate through the array. At the beginning, we have the number 1 and it's non-zero, so we'll keep that number as it is. Let's increment the position by 1 and I will be here. At this location, the number is 0. So shall we increment position to point to the next element? No, right? At this location, we need to keep the next non-zero element. In our case, it is 2. So 2 has to be moved here. Hence, we will not increment the position in this case and I will move to next element. At this location, number is non-zero and it has to be moved to this place. How do we do that? We know position is pointing at this location and I is pointing at this location. So simply if we do A of position to A of I, it should move this 2 at this place. Hence we have 2 here. Increment position by 1 count. What are our observations? If the number is non-zero, we assign it to position location and increment the position by 1. So if A of I is not equal to 0, then A of position equal to A of I and position plus plus. Now position is pointing to the location where next non-zero element should be kept. Let's increment I by 1. At this location the number is 0, so we will not do anything. Let's increment I again. At this location the number is non-zero, so let's move it to this location and increment position by 1, so position will point here. And finally I will point to the last element. Here number is again non-zero. Let's move it to this location and increment position by 1. So at the end, if you notice, the position contains the total number of non-zero elements, which is 4 in our case. So we need to fill remaining 2 elements with 0. So how do we do that? We can write simple for loop to fill remaining elements with 0. For I is equal to position, I is less than len, I plus plus, A of I equals to 0. So this should fill the elements right from position to the end with 0. Let's implement the code to see logic in action. Here I have already declared an array containing 6 elements 1 0 2 0 3 4, and I already have a print array function. Now let's implement move 0 to end function. Void move zeros to end. It will accept the array pointer and its length. Now let's declare one variable int I to iterate through the array and one more variable int position. This variable will help us to keep track of the location where next non-zero element has to be kept. Now let's iterate through the array. For I equal to 0, I is less than len, I plus plus. Now we need to shift the non-zero element at the position location. So if a of I is not equal to 0, then what we do? We simply a move it to position location. So a of position is a of I and increment position by 1 was plus plus. By the end of this loop, all non-zero elements will be at the beginning. Now we need to fill the remaining elements with 0. For I equal to position, I is less than len I plus plus and a of I equals to 0. This will fill all the remaining elements with zeros. Our function implementation is ready. Let's call this function from the main. A and its length. Let's compile the code. Now let's run it. Here as you can see our original array is 102034 and after moving all zeros to the end the result array is 123400. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more such coding tutorials. Thank you very much.